How we doing? How's everybody doing this fine Tuesday? As I've said many times, no matter how early you start, you're always late. Sorry about that, guys. Welcome aboard for the chronicling of my comic book project that I'm working on. It's 20 years in the making. I've been writing about this guy and all kinds of stuff for years, and now I'm getting started on the actual comic book. Welcome aboard. Yak at me in the chat if you have any questions or want to talk about today's events. If you want to talk more about that stuff, what you really need to do is tune in on Thursdays at 6:30 when my brother and I get together and hack the Matrix together. We have a talk show we do every Thursday at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, and it's something that morphed from conversations we were having when he was driving home in the afternoon. What he calls Fury Road in a major city in the U.S. I'm not going to tell you where he lives. I'll leave that up to him, but yeah, he's got a long commute, and he used to call me. We talk about sports and movies, stuff we love, comic books, things like that. And yeah, we turned it into a talk show. We do it every Thursday, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. The Brothers Hack the Matrix. But today, it's all about working on the comic book. We're going to check out. Well, I'll let you guys know the progress here at the beginning here, what I've gotten done so far and what's coming up next. Let's see. Get that set. Okay. So, by the way, you guys can find me at Joe's Atmosphere at any of those social media sites you see there. So, what we've done so far. Hang on. Let me get my chat up here so I can see you guys if you have questions or anything. Yeah, no matter how early I start, I'm always late, man. It's just, you always think of 3 things you didn't do, and you try and get them in there, and it just doesn't happen. Let's see. No, that's not what I want. Shoot. This boomer's hitting all the wrong buttons today. Let's see. Stream manager and chat. There we go. Okay, so I'll see you guys whenever you talk to me. Okay. We have begun work on the privateer's picture. I think I'm going to change that weapon. Okay. Hang on one second. It's kind of filthy and the light's probably not going to do it well, but let me see if you guys can see this. Yeah, it's a cosplay picture of myself and my wife in our cosplay of these characters. And one of the pictures, you really can't see it, but I'm holding a flintlock. And I've got it straight up and down like this, and I'm changing that. It's just not working for me. You can't really tell what that is. It looks like I've got a stick in my hand or something, But anyway, we started this yesterday. We started on the privateer yesterday because I was done with the Royal Fox. And what I'm doing, I'll show you the process I'm using here. I'm sketching on paper, all right? This is the initial sketch of the Royal Fox, okay? So what we're gonna do, gosh, I dig my gear. It's just, I don't know if I've been rough on it or what, but anyway, what we're gonna do, I'm using I'm doing the sketching in pencil because I'm just an old schooler and that's the way I do things, So anyway, we're gonna take this sketch and we're gonna take a photo of it. Come on, are you serious? All right, there we go. Where's my camera at? Okay, so what we're gonna do, oh wow, that off a little bit, huh? No, that's as far back as I can do it with this thing. Wow. Okay. Let's see if I can get the whole thing in here. May have to do it with my camera and then move it over. No, that looks like it'll get it. I gotta do it at the same. Ah, it's a big shadow. Okay. Gonna have to do it with my phone. Bear with me. If you got questions in the chat or whatever, I'll answer them soon enough. Just hang on. We're gonna take a picture of the art. Right. Make sure it's at the right angle so everything's the right proportions. Because the picture you're seeing on the stream, the top of it is closer to you than the rest of it. So, okay, got a picture. Now we're going to take that picture, move it over to the pad, because that's where I'm doing the line work at. The whole thing is, if you do line work on this and you screw it up, this is gone forever. So I want to have this in case I want to make changes, whatever. That's going to make it a lot easier, right? Okay, so I've moved that over to here. And what I'm going to do is I practiced on this the other day. Go ahead and close that out. Open up Art Studio. Now, I need to go ahead and play with Procreate tonight. But the goal is, this is where I was at before I put the top hat on it and some other things, okay? So, the whole thing is, with this program, that's the pencil sketch, but there's a little bit of ink in there. And you can probably, those with a sharp eye can tell where it's at, but I just started with the face is what I did. With this being a layer, I can go ahead and I can take that away, and you can see the ink that I'm doing, right? And then I bring back, well, shoot, sorry. Then I bring back the sketch to keep drawing. And then I can take it away and see what it looks like. See how many details I want to put in it. I like this a lot. My daughter's been trying to get me into doing some stuff new school way, but us old dogs like to stick with what we know. So, but I just don't want to mess up the artwork. You know what I'm saying? It's my first crack at this, and I want to document it. I'm documenting it all here because I don't want to put the pictures up on the computer because I don't want people stealing it and whatnot. And this is my passion project. I really want it to go well, and I think the best way is to make sure nobody can copy it. So I'm documenting it here so people can see that, yeah, I did the work physically with my own two hands, but so they don't think I hired somebody else, that kind of thing. But anyway, we're done with the Royal Fox. Moving on to the Privateer sketch. Now we're gonna change it to flintlock, and I've gotta pick up my I gotta get my reference material out here. Now the reason why I say I want to practice trying to do it with Procreate is I know that one actually shoots a video of the work you're doing. So you can actually export. That way you guys could see what I'm doing when I work on the digital part of it. It's either that or I'm going to start streaming the digital part of it on this show. And this show's on this is beginning of the week, Tuesday. I don't do this again until Saturday and Sunday. Now, there may be some times when I have some time to do it, but I'm so busy these days, it's going to be hard for me to find time to do anything besides the stuff I have scheduled. But I do the sketching live here on Twitch on Tuesday, Saturday, and Sundays at 4. So, and there may be some weekends when I got something going on. So Memorial Day is this weekend. Who knows if I'm gonna have both days? I'll go on vacation on the schedule if I'm not gonna make it. That kind of thing. What pencil? Let's see. That's a B. Yeah. I knew I had a pencil over there. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, just holler. I'm just going to be sketching and talking about different things. If you wonder what the comic book's about, this guy was a pirate during the American Revolution, and he ended up, I don't want to give too much away, but he ended up here in the future. And he ended up being a billionaire because of his, his loot as a pirate became so worth so much money. When he got to the future, he was rich. So he's using his fortune, fame, and stuff to fight bad guys. He's all about freedom. He was around when our country was being overrun by the dictatorship in Great Britain. That kind of thing. So anyway, that's where we're at right now with this. I'm trying to get my mic where you guys can hear me while I'm sketching. Sorry about that. We're going to bring this down here. I like the hand position, but I think we're going to turn this more out this way. I believe that's going to be a better view. That way you can see that it's a flintlock. I'll put the details in here. I've got to get some source material for the flintlock itself, but anyway, yeah, I like that better because with it straight up and down, you can't tell what it is. I'm already having a hard time with a sword. I don't want to put his arm up too high over here because he's holding the sword. I might even tuck his elbow in closer. So you see it down here. I just like the way the stripes. He's got like a split cape. What's going on here is he's got epaulets right here. Okay. And attached to that is a split cape instead of like a regular cape taking up the whole thing because he's wearing a trench coat. So coming off the epaulets, he's got it symbolizes the stripes in the flag. Okay. You got two red stripes, and what's going to be happening right here is originally I put a star on the back, but that's been used so many times. I want to bring out, in his uniform, I want you to see that he is from the American Revolution. So I'm putting a circle of the 13 colonies stars in here, and I'm just using a circle to symbolize where it's at, and putting a couple of stars. But we're going to have the 13 stars, and the trench coat's blue. His gloves are white. This is really a simple drawing. I could probably move on to the next piece, really, because I can do the rest of this. Really want to take a look at. I don't know. This trench coat is bugging me. It's bugging the hell out of me. I just don't like the way it looks. Maybe we should take this and go thusly. Give it one of these. Yeah, I like that better. It's turning out. Yeah, let's do that. I just don't like the way that looks. Let's take that, come this way with it. And then, by the way, guys, say your prayers for those people in, I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's Uvalde, Texas. Some 18-year-old kid. Now, the reports I'm seeing on the internet say that they got him in custody. It's an 18-year-old kid walked into an elementary school and blew away a bunch of people, killed a couple of kids. So say prayers for those folks. But when I was watching ABC News earlier, they said he was dead. So I really, I hope they, I hope, I always hope they get him alive. You may think I'm crazy for that, but I really think they should face justice. I think guys that do that. First of all, folks, it's a mental health issue. It's the and it just shows you how bad mental health care is in this country. It's not that people turn their back on them. They what? How do I say this? They throw drugs at it now. They don't treat it. Okay. Um, yeah, it's great that they figured out that they can fix certain things with drugs, but I mean, you can't fix everything with drugs. Uh, Chickens are going to come home to roost if you don't pay attention to it. But anyway, first question: when I hear he's 18 years old, where are the parents? Um, yeah, he's an adult legally, but anybody that age has still got something to do with their parents. So you wonder what's going on there. Um, let's see, this would be his back. I come down here. So I think we're going to end that right there. That's where that's going to end at. Yeah. This really is a simple sketch. Of course, this is going to be details in the trench coat and stuff, coming off his back as it is. Um, Wrinkles and whatnot, that kind of thing. But now the flintlock. We do want to do a little detail on the flintlock. Let's get a reference material up. Pretty sure I pulled them up yesterday. Yeah, there it is. There's the one I wanted to go with right there. This is the one I want to go with, guys. I really like that one there. I looked at several examples, but that's the one I'm going to roll with. Of course, I'm going to give it a. That's just the framework. This is. He's now in the future, so he's not using an old school flintlock. This thing has several different things it can do. I'm just using it for details on different things on it. So, kind of thing. Dig this stuff. I need to watch a video on how these are fired. I don't know if that lever is supposed to be back and it gets shot forward whenever it's fired. I think actually pretty sure that hammer needs to be back this way. Yeah, I've got to watch a video on that and get the details on that. I do like the hand position. Uh, let's see. Yeah, that needs to come out. Yeah, because that's almost flat right on top of the trigger guard, isn't it? Okay. Bring that out this way. The band goes around it right here. All right. Got that. Of course, I'll have all this when I do the ink work. This right here is going to be planet Earth. I'll have to pull up an Earth drawing because when he gets to the future, he becomes part of the. Uh, let's see, what's it called? What did I call it in the story? It's the UN, only it's planets. United Planets. I think that's what I called it. It's either United Planets or United Star Systems. I think it's I think it's UP though. I think it's United Planets. I think is what I made it. But yeah, when he gets to the future, he finds out, you know, the world really has changed way beyond anything he could have imagined, and he goes to work. He gets given the honorary rank of general, and he's part of the. I don't have it. I've got all of this stuff has been written, guys. I just can't remember. I had such a late day. I had an eye appointment at 1:45 and woke up at 1:30. I had to jump over the Jimmy Davis Bridge super fast. But anyway, um, but yeah, it's United Planets, and he's got his own like SEAL team kind of thing that works with him. That's called Patriot. And yeah, I think I am. I don't know. I do like that high arm guard. I do like that. But I think the trench coat needs to come out a little further and be one of these deals. Give it some flow to it. Yeah, I like that better. Of course, what I'm working on here is posters. My wife is the captain of a Mardi Gras crew here in Louisiana, and she has made her theme. Barkus and Meow goes to Geek'd Con. They're an animal-based Mardi Gras crew, and that's what she's decided the theme's going to be. And so I'm making posters for that event, and hopefully doing a 0 issue. Okay. So we're done with that for now. Like I said, I'm going to do a lot of this work digitally. These are just initial sketches for me to use. I'll take the pictures after we're done with this. So let's go ahead and get going on a major poster I want to do for Patriot. Now, these characters are all based on members of my family. The Royal Fox is my wife. And, we've got Regal Inferno, which is my daughter Amanda, and then we got American Fox, which is David, my wife's son. But the main guy is the privateer. We'll put him in the middle. In this poster, I want to do a little bit more detail. I'm going to put our actual faces in it. Of course, he's got his tri-cornered hat that he wears. Alright. You guys can make fun of it all you want. I love it. I think the tri-cornered hat is one of the coolest things ever. She's got shoulder-length hair. Like me. Actually, mine's a little longer than shoulder length, but you get the picture. I'll do him up here. He does have a Fu Manchu mustache. I'm starting to grow the sideburns right now, but I can't grow the mustache. And I can't get into the reasons why, but just trust me. We're not going to be doing that. Oh, that's a commercial. And my background music gets a commercial in it every once in a while. Sorry about that, guys. And we're back. Okay. How far through the playlist have we gotten, I wonder? It doesn't matter. But yeah, you're going to hear that every once in a while. It's upbeat, the music service I use. I think we'll turn him a little bit sideways so you see one of his epaulets right here. Now, the next person that we want in here for sure is the Royal Fox. Right? She's going to be kind of a 3/4, I think. Maybe chin up kind of thing, maybe? That's what I'm thinking. My background is in portrait, so I tend to draw big and then reduce everything. It's too small. Let's get her head a little bit bigger. Yeah, let's do that. Have her kind of reaching backwards, maybe. Something like this. The hand. She'll have an epaulet right here. She wears the epaulets too. And then we need Amanda. Actually, we'll make that Amanda. We'll make that Amanda. Give her long hair. Of course, I got to come up with a crazy hairstyle for her. We'll make Rhonda another face right in here. And we'll have her looking just like the privateer. A little bit down. And then dressed up as Austin Powers, as you can see. I think Rhonda dressed up as Felicity Shagwell that night, I think. Let me see. See if I can find the pictures for you guys. Should have them here. Yeah, there it is. That is the privateer and the Royal Fox back around the turn of the century, when I was bartending at a place called the Malibu Beach Club, and I was Austin Powers and she was Felicity Shagwell. So, yeah, but I found a pretty good picture of myself to do a little detail off of there. I was behind the bar bartending, so yeah, we'll roll with that one. And let's see. I still haven't, the poster I just made. Hell with it, we're going left eye with that eye patch. We're gonna go left eye. So let's take a look. Okay, the hat is gonna just leave that there, but we're gonna get rid of this because I want to see which angle we're gonna do it at. Okay, so his head is coming down just a little bit like this. That's pretty much a straight shot down to the chin. Comes around and then up and then up right here. Okay, there's the neck. This really is a good picture for this. Almost makes me want to go ahead and use that kind of shirt with him, which I could. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to roll with that. Okay. We got this. It's going to come under his neck right there. And we got, right about here, we got the ascot flaring out. I may put this together with a couple of different drawings. I may do that. I don't know. We'll see. But then we have the jacket itself going up behind. Okay, we got the hair. Ear is here. Hair over the top. And out and over. Which is actually the top of the ear is usually where the hat's going to be. Let's just go ahead and sketch it on out here. Okay, the sideburns are going to run down the side of his face right here. So let's give him a little sideburn there. Cheekbones right here. So we'll come in like that. All right. Nose. Right in here. A little bit bulbous. Nostril. Okay, the mustache is going to be right here. All right. Come down around the chin right here. And then nostril up. And as I told you before, you always want to just be barely sketching, you know. You don't want to engrave it in there. You don't want to carve it in there. You just look. If you guys don't know this already, they've got different shades. This one's a 2H. You've got 6 different grades of H. These H are hard. And the harder it is, the lighter it's going to draw. B is soft, and if you take a look, it comes out a lot darker just sketching. See that? Should be able to see the difference on the screen. Yeah, it's the darkest line on there now, see? And that's with a B. So, anyway, you don't carve. You just want to lightly sketch. And use different grades of pencils to get things darker. Okay, the scowl comes in here. And folks, I've got the people's eyebrow. Okay, that's just all there is to it. And I dig it. I think it's awesome myself, but you know, hey. My wife hates them, but you know, hey, that's just a cosmetic thing for her. And then we're gonna go right here. Well, actually, no, this is where the eye patch is going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the scowl fold over the eye patch. The eye patch is going to go right here. Right in there. Going to come across the nose. I actually, it's going to go up over the other eye, right? Yeah. So it's going to come across there and back this way over the ear. And so the hat actually is probably going to cover up most of my eyebrow, but we got a hint of it there. So we'll give the edge of the hat right there. So we won't even see that line, looks like. And then my other eye will come out of there and go to the edge of the face. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, and now we start to adjust. That comes down here, a little bit of an in, come out for the cheekbone and down. Yeah, that's what we want to do right there. And my eyebrow is going to show just a little bit right here. Okay. And let's see. Okay. We got this. We're going to make him look a little bit mean. Not too mean, but a little bit mean. Let me show some teeth over on this side, I think. And we'll bring it in here kind of like he's biting his lip kind of thing. I think that's the way to go. All right. And then this all gets shaded in that side of the... and we've got... wow, that comes out right there. Wow, okay. So there's the mustache. I haven't worn one of these mustaches in a while. And that's going to go on the other side of the chin. There. Now, it won't be that perfect, of course. I mean, that's silly. But, yeah, we're going to... it looks good. And then we got a little bit of a... of course, I had a lot less weight on me in this when I did this earlier. Let's see. Who is this? Who's talking at me? I'm doing fine, Chris. How you doing? Do I know you, or is it your first time watching? Let me know in the chat there. Sorry, I got a little wrapped up. I don't know how long ago you sent that, but if you're new to the channel, I'm working on my comic book, The Privateer. It's a project that I've been working on for many, many years now. Yeah, this looks good. This is looking good. I like the way this is looking a lot. Let's see. Good. I'm good, thanks. I'm first time in. Okay, it's good to see you, man. Yeah, if you check out my channel, you'll see I've been working on this. Everybody in my family and my friends have been trying to talk me into doing this for years, and I'm finally getting off my ass and doing it, man. Working on a comic book. It's been my passion for many, many years. He's kind of a Captain America type, I guess you'd say. He's going to be a little bit... he's my time-traveling pirate. I know it's going to get repetitive for some of you, but let's go ahead and show him what we got so far. I started with a sketch of the privateer's wife. She's a fox character and a sorceress named the Royal Fox. I just got done with the first sketch of this, and what I'm doing is I'm doing the sketching on paper, and then I'm going to do the line work on digital. I'm taking photographs of this, and right now I'm working in an art studio for the digital part of it, but I'm thinking I may be changing over to Procreate. I definitely want to do it on my pad, because I do some of this work. I have a job to where I have the opportunity to work while I'm waiting on calls. So I take that to work with me. Now this is the initial sketch for the Privateer. And what I'm doing here is I'm making posters, kind of a promo thing. My wife is the captain of a Mardi Gras crew here locally. And she has decided that we have a comic book convention here called Geek'd Con, and it's in August. And she decided to make the theme. I think she did it. Well, first of all, we cosplay. I was showing folks earlier. Hang on. We cosplay as these characters sometimes, and she decided to make the theme of her Mardi Gras parade this year. Barkus and Meow goes to Geek'd Con. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, I think she halfway did it because she likes to cosplay. The other reason why she did it, I think, is to kick me in the butt and get me to working on this comic book. These are going to be promotional posters that I'm going to get printed and maybe sell at this thing for the upcoming comic book. And we're going to cosplay as these characters during Mardi Gras season next winter. Mardi Gras, I know people around the country probably hear about us in Louisiana celebrating Mardi Gras, but it's a year-round thing down here, guys. If you're a member of a Mardi Gras crew, you don't quit. My wife is constantly having to do. She has at least one membership drive a month, and they're the animal crew. They're represented by a bunch of animal rescues and things like that. But anyway, to get back on point here, this is the Privateer's initial sketch, and like I said, I'm going to take the pictures of this and work digitally for the line work and the coloring probably. And I'm keeping it very minimalistic, very simple. This is my first time doing comic book art, and I'm trying to just, I'm not going to go super detailed, because I think if your story's good and you have decent artwork, it's gonna do well, So, but anyway, you caught me in the middle of putting the whole team together on one poster. This is the third poster I want to do. Royal Fox is one, the Privateer is the second one, and this one here is going to be the Privateer, what I like to call the Privateer family. It's Patriot. It's an anagram. Preventive Action, Tactical Response, Intelligence Offensive Team. They're part of the United Planets. They're like a special team involved in that. Have you got any tips, please, on portrait? Please. I really, really want to draw my kids for my wife's birthday. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, I'm working on my portrait right now. I'm actually using... Hang on one second. I'm actually using this photograph from when I was a bartender. This is actually me 20 years ago. And what I'm doing is I'm translating it onto the Privateer for this poster here. Like I was telling folks earlier, going to be using that as a reference to do his face. But quick tip, I'll show you right now. The key to any good portrait is the eyes and making them look lifelike, okay? Now, first basic tip I want to give you is if are you sketching with pencil or something else? Let me know that in the chat. I'm going to go like you're using pencils. I was explaining this earlier. The weight of your pencil dictates how dark it is. So don't carve into the paper. Don't leave impressions. Okay, that's good. So you want to get different weighted pencils. Okay, this one my initial sketch is a 2H I'm using. Okay, it's very easy to erase. Makes it really easy to erase, right? And you just go with that until you feel comfortable enough that you have the base down where you want it. Okay. Now, if you're doing an eye, first of all, if you know how to do a sphere, you're basically doing a sphere. But just remember what direction you've got to remember which direction your light source is coming from. And in this example I'm going to give you, I'm going to draw it big so you can see it on the screen. Okay? But basically mimic what you see in the photograph that you're using. Okay? But always remember, whichever eyelid is towards the light is going to be the darker one. So I'm going to go, let's make the light source up here, right? Can you guys see this? Or yeah, you can see it. Okay. You want to draw in where the iris is going to go. Okay, but the most important thing you got to draw in on the initial drawing, okay, is the highlight. Now the light's coming from this direction. Of course, this is going to be dictated by which picture you use. But if you're putting a couple of different pictures together, just remember these notes and you'll be able to make it look like they're sitting in the same place, okay? You want the light source coming from the same direction. All right? Now, my light's coming from this way, so the light source, the highlight's going to be upper right-hand side, right? Circle that out. That's a no-go zone. You don't put your pencil mark in there anywhere, okay? That's your no-go zone, right? Now, you want to draw the iris, and they're not on drugs, so so we make it just a normal size iris, right? And remember, we're using an H. I'm using a 2H, okay? But you can use 4H, 6H, whatever. You can get as hard as you want and go do it as light as you want, whatever you think. Just don't carve it, and you'll be able to erase it very easily. Okay? So you do that. We'll go ahead and do that in there, but don't go into that white. Okay? Just to say, hey, that's going to be dark. All right. Now, what I want to do also is where the iris meets this is your tricks, right? This is what's going to make it look like that eye is alive, okay? The iris, if you take a good look at somebody's face, is actually indented underneath that lens. It's going concave. It's going into the eye. So, to make that illusion, take your line. If you have to, put a dot right here, because we're going to cover that up with a really dark pencil later on. And then where the eyelid meets, right there, just draw a line. And do the same thing over here, where the eyelid meets it. Okay? Now, basically, you want to think of this like a bicycle tire, all right? And because the light's coming from this direction, that eyelid with its eyelashes and whatever is casting a shadow on the eyeball, okay? So the darkest things in this picture, when you get to your ebony pencil, which is the darkest one you use, when you get to that one, these are the only things that are going to... I usually don't do this last, but I'm just trying to make the point to you that this is going to be ebony, right? I'm not going to fill in right now because I'm actually going to erase this off of here, but I'm actually doing a lesson right here. I'm actually thinking about teaching lessons on Zoom. If you're interested, stay in touch. Just send me messages, and I'm actually thinking about teaching on Zoom. Haven't come up with prices yet. I've got to consult some colleagues and stuff and see what they charge, that kind of thing. But anyway, your darkest things are going to be this line right here on the top, because the light's coming from the top. So there's no light hitting that crease. And your iris, or excuse me, the whatever they call that. The iris is surrounding that hole right there. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it is. Is it pupil? Is that what it's called? Anyway, so what you're doing when you draw this line in here is you're blocking out what's going to be the darkest thing. So just go ahead and shade that in, but keep the lines going. Just keep the lines going into the center, into that dark dot in the center, and do not touch your highlight. Okay? Then you can come around this way and come darker and then lighter towards the bottom. Darker, lighter towards the bottom, because here's the light, right? Now, down here on the bottom, with your lighter pencil, just draw fragments. But all of them should be, your stroke should come from that center dot outward to the edge. Perpendicular to the edge. Just put a few in there. You don't need a bunch. Then you want to put a couple semis, kind of like that. And then you want some coming from the edge. You don't want them full lines down here on the bottom. I'd say about the same section of pie you got right there, you want to do this same thing on the bottom, okay? Then you're going to have your spokes coming down and then thinning out as you go down. You want bigger space in between them, Okay. Actually, with this shade pencil, just go ahead and draw them all in. Don't take it all the way down. Get lighter as you go down. Dark up top, lighter as you go down. Remember your light source. And then go ahead and carve that out just a little bit.
Hey, you're currently listening to
Let
92
people
Elm
know.
on
Just
Upbeat.
don't carve it out on
This
the
is
bottom.
one of hundreds of tracks
Right?
that you can access
And
and,
then-
download when you upgrade to Upbeat.
Then come
Premium.
back with your B, and I'm not going to do it because I'm about to erase this right off of here. But that's what you do. Now, don't forget, you need a little bit of a shade. Remember, the eyeball is a sphere. It's a ball, and when you're shading something, light's coming from this direction. Well, guess what? That part of the ball is shaded, right? That part of the ball is shaded. So over here, a little bit of that. Not very dark. I'm actually doing it too dark just so you can see it on the video. But that's what gives it depth. You've got to remember your shapes. If you can shade a sphere, you can draw portraits all day. You just everything on a face. There's very few straight lines on a face. It's all curved. Your cheekbones are curved. The tip of your nose is curved. You can apply this to anything, except the bicycle tire thing is exclusive to the eye. Okay, that's all there is to it. I'll leave that up there. I'll erase it later, but you can take a look. That's how you make an eye. I don't have it in my drawings here. You're seeing my drawings on screen there. There's a few of my portraits in there. You can take a look at those. Go back and watch them. But yeah, that is the only. When I was a kid, hang on one second. Let's see. Is there any way I could send you my reference picture, please. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. My email is Joe's Atmosphere, same as you see on the screen, at AOL.com. Just send it to me, and just make sure you put in the title of the email Joe's Atmosphere Art, okay? So I know it's not spam or something, okay? But anyway, yeah, I'll be glad to correspond with you. And like I said, I'm actually thinking about teaching portrait here on, well, actually not here on Twitch, through Zoom. Of course, that would be probably private sessions. I don't think I'd do classes. But that's what's up with that. Well, listen, guys, my time is about up for today. I hope you enjoyed the session. We've gotten the initial sketches done with the Royal Fox, the Privateer. Now we're working on Patriot. I love the progress. I love what's going on. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are enjoying it, follow the channel. Please tell your friends about it. What I'm currently trying to do is get 1,000 people on YouTube, and these are, if you've missed my past sessions, they're up on YouTube. I upload them on YouTube because they only keep videos here about, I think, 30 to 45 days, but all my stuff's up on YouTube, and it's Joe's Atmosphere on YouTube. You can find me there. I'm Joe's Atmosphere at all of those social media sites you see there. Let me go ahead and hit my promos real quick before we get off of here. We do these sketching sessions on the Privateer comic book every Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. It's art sessions, and I'm really glad that Chris signed on and interacted with me, so you can see that, yes, I can teach you some portrait tricks. Absolutely, I can teach you that because that's what I'm trained in. But this is a passion project that's been in the work for 20 years. The Privateer comic book, the time-traveling pirate, America's Pirate Patriot, I like to call him, and that's what I'm working on right now. That's every Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. If you're into gaming, I also get on late nights on Monday and Tuesday at midnight Central, 1 a.m. Eastern, playing video games. Right now I'm concentrating on Beyond Two Souls. I'm doing a playthrough of that, but I play whatever people want me to play if I've got it. That's Papa Joe Gamer is my character doing that. And also, you guys, if you like what we're doing here, please check in on the Brothers Hack the Matrix. It's a new talk show that my brother and I are doing every 6:30 Central Thursdays and 7:30 Eastern on Thursday. We get together and talk about current events, stuff we dig, sports, movies, comic books, all of that stuff. We talk about everything. It's a talk show born of him calling me during a commute on his way home. He's got a long commute home, and the conversations we have, he said, man, you're getting into YouTube. Why don't we do a talk show? So we're doing that. We're a month in. We're having a ball with it. You guys come check us out on Thursdays, and I hope you enjoyed this session of Joe's Atmosphere Art Live. You guys take it easy, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching, and definitely send me that email, Chris. I'll be glad to respond to you. Take care, guys, and be good.